Hey everybody, it's me Giant. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use my LEMP install script called EasyLEMP. This install script I think is the easiest way to get a full LEMP stack with phpMyAdmin on your Ubuntu box. And it's almost entirely self-configured and very easy to use, I'd say, considering it's just one line. So what you want to do is you want to copy this one line. You can either Control C or copy. Then you want to go over to an SSH client like PuTTY, connect to your server. I've set up an A record here for video.dryad.org, which lets me connect to it without exposing the IP. So I'm going to log in as root. This script does need sudo access, so make sure you're sudoer like root. Then I'm going to log in using my password. There we go. So now we can run the script. In order to paste into a terminal like SSH, you can right click and it'll automatically paste. The first part of the script, this wget part, downloads the script from the GitHub, and then the second part actually executes the script. So let's run it. So once we've ran it, you can see that little welcome message, and then we're going to start. So it starts off by doing apt-get update, which will update all of your repositories. So makes the script very nice on brand new servers since it does that automatically. This server, by the way, was installed right before this video. It's from complete scratch, Ubuntu 15 x64. So just goes to show how quickly you can get your server up. So now it wants us to configure MySQL server. So we're going to enter in a password for the root user. And it wants us to repeat that password. Alrighty. Okay, so when it comes to stops like this, you see where it ends with starting its process. It takes a little while, and you'll see the next one. This one specifically takes a long time, at least a minute, a minute to 3 minutes or so, depending on what kind of hardware you've got. Because what it's doing is it installs all the MySQL system tables. So it takes a little while. So I'm going to pause the video so you guys don't have to wait through this, because it does take a while, and note that it is going to take a while on your server as well. Just so you guys know, because some people think that maybe you've ran into this and you think that it's like an error or something went wrong. No, it just takes a really long time for this part of the installation. Alright, and we're back. So after that, it follows up with the securing MySQL installation. And what it wants you to do first is enter the current password for root. That's the password we entered in before. So let's do that. Okay, and now it's asking if we want to change that root password that we entered. I don't want to. You probably don't want to because you already entered it. There's no reason to enter it twice. Do you want to remove anonymous users? Yes, you do want to remove anonymous users. You can read the little description above it if you need more information about that. Do you want to disallow root login remotely? I highly recommend that you say yes to this, because it is a big deal if people remotely are logging into root on your MySQL server. And do you want to remove the test database and access to it? Yes, why not? And yes, we need to reload the privilege tables to make the changes effective. Now to install PHP 5 FPM. Then after that, it's going to do PHP 5 MySQL. And now it's going to configure the defaults. I created defaults that I think are the most usable. So now it's going to install phpMyAdmin. When you are greeted with this screen, you'll see that there's only two options here for Apache 2 or Lite HTTPD. I wouldn't really recommend pressing enter at this point, because then it'll either configure one of these, which you probably don't have if you're using EasyLEMP. So what you want to do is hit tab, so then you can go over to the OK button so that it's highlighted red, and then you can hit enter on OK to just skip this. And by the way, that's all the steps actually, yeah, this step. Say yes to this to install configure database for dbconfig common. It'll just use the already configured database that you've got, and now it's gonna want your password of the database. So there we go. And then it wants your MySQL application password that you're going to use to log in to phpMyAdmin. So you could use the same thing, or you can use something else. I would say that using something else is more secure than using the same password here. And then it's going to want you to re-enter it. There we go. Now it's the final configuration. Now it's going to restart your whole LEMP stack. And then finally we're all done, and EasyLEMP is ready and it's installed in your server, and you're going to be able to go and go to their website now. So I'll show you guys. It was video.gyre.org. So you can see that, yeah, hooray, it works. EasyLEMP installed in the LEMP stack. All your files are in your HTML files or other web files are in /user//nginx/html. So if we cd change directory to that directory, we can see the files here. So you've got the phpMyAdmin folder, you've got info.php that I generated for you, and you've got index.html that I generated for you, which you're viewing at. You can also see the info.php to see your PHP configuration. You can also see your phpMyAdmin page here, and you can log into it using your information, which I will. So, and then you can see, of course, this lovely page here. And by the way, I am using this configuration for the Bendigo install with EasyLEMP. So feel free to trust in it because it is what I am using for my servers. It is what I actually use. I don't like going to the pain of having to set up a LEMP stack manually. So EasyLEMP really helps, and that's the reason I made the script. So thank you guys. If you can support me by just following me on GitHub, or liking the project or whatever, starring the project, whatever there is, following project. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed using EasyLEMP.